Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where my wife is playing Breath of the Wild right next to me. Today we continue our way through Superman number 8, the second story, The Fifth Column. The Fifth Column are a recurring Superman threat. They are basically Nazi espionage agents in America, or Metropolis. It's never 100% said that Metropolis is in America, but they're not outright called like Nazis until sort of Superman 18 and 10 issues of Superman, and that's like 2 or 3 years away. So Clark is in his apartment. Across the street, there's a man staring into the window. He's about to change into Superman and go see what this guy is up to when a friend of his arrives. This friend happens to be an espionage agent. And he just stops by to explain to Clark that there is a threat called the Fifth Column who are working for a vague European nation because there's stuff happening in Europe. We don't just say out loud that World War II is well in its first year, even though everybody can read into that. They're just a vague European power. Clark even references that this is a lot like what's happening in Europe later in the comic. As soon as his friend leaves, and his friend just arrived to tell him about this, I'm not even sure if he's able to report on it. You know how your friends just stop by to explain war espionage agents to you sometimes and then immediately leave? No other pleasantries. When Clark returns to the window, he sees the man who is staring into his apartment is following his friend now. So as Superman, he follows this guy where he arrives on the dock to spread propaganda pamphlets to sailors. Why are they always trying to seduce our sailors? We should be seducing our sailors. Superman arrives to stop him, which doesn't really make much of a difference. The sailors don't seem very interested in any of this raiding. At one point, Superman grabs a gun and shoots it at the guy handing out the propaganda, and then catches the bullet before it arrives at him. Get used to that. There's a lot of Superman and Clark holding a gun in this issue for some reason. He's Superman. He has super strength. He doesn't need to use a gun. After he puts a stop to this, he goes and visits his friend and discovers he's been murdered by a man named Carlton. As soon as Clark arrives, because he's Clark, not Superman right now. Gotta make that big distinction. As soon as he arrives, Carlton throws the murder weapon, a gun, except there was a lot of guns in this issue, right at Clark. And as we remember from other issues, Clark, Superman, is an idiot. So he catches the gun. And as soon as he catches the gun, getting his fingerprints all over the murder weapon, the police run in. So now he is wanted for the murder of his friend. They, of course, can't catch Clark because he's Superman, bright blue costume, red cape, Superman. And he sort of just kind of goes on a run, which is a cool concept for the comic. It's just, we don't really deal with this. As Superman, he follows Carlton to like the barren, mountainous region that seems to exist right outside of Metropolis. I'm pretty sure farmland should exist out there, but not. Okay, it's an interesting terrain. And there is an invasion going on. Well, an invasion of force arriving. So Superman, seeing this, does what he generally does. Screw crap up. Just destroys everything in his way. He just runs through all the airplanes, destroying them. And he gets the guy who's in charge where he tosses him around a bit. I don't know what these guys' plans were when they were going to have to deal with Superman. They should know Superman exists, but no one ever seems to have a plan to deal with him with their whole invasion. You would think figuring out how to defeat Superman would be step one, then the invasion. But no, there's no more invasion force, and as Superman Clark, he grabs Carlton and puts a gun to his head, forcing him at the Daily Planet in front of its staff to admit to murdering Carlton and getting Clark off the murder. Once again, this is a coerced confession, so it's not going to hold up in court, but it's not like these comics ever care about that. Lots of guns. If Batman doesn't like guns, Superman really doesn't like guns. Why are there so many guns? He's been able to coerce confessions out without using a gun in the nearly 30 issues of comics I've read for this. So yeah, it had an interesting concept that in no way it actually tries to do anything with. It just deals with Superman defeating a really quickly a invasion force that was absolutely no problem to him. We don't like build to that very well. And like the last issue, it feels like they got to a certain point, realized they were out of pages, and just kind of ended the story as easily as they possibly could. Hence the gun to a head. So no, the Fifth Column, and for the most part, I will say in Superman 18, there is an interesting Fifth Column story, but most Fifth Column stories are not particularly all that interesting, like the World War II stories themselves. Okay, so that is it from Superman number 8, The Fifth Column. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when the new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Friday is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman's comic. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? Also, why would they invade Metropolis and not have a clue about what they were going to do about Superman? Have a good day.